So our next topic will be hypergeometric probability distribution. Okay? So hypergeometric distribution is a binomial random variable situation. Each trial is independent if the trial are dependent of each other, and then the total number of success in a Xi sample are drawn without replacement. Okay? From a finite population, then we have hypergeometric distribution. Okay? In other words, when we say hypergeometric distribution, it deals with a group of people. Hindi man group, basta if the problem deals with groups, okay, pwedeng people, committee, something like that. If it's a groups, then that problem deals with hypergeometry. Okay, if you're talking about group A and then group B, okay, as long as it's groups, then that's hypergeometric distribution. So hypergeometric distribution in a binomial random variable situation, each trial is independent. If the trials are dependent of each other, and the total number of successes in a size sample are drawn without replacement from a finite population, then we have hypergeometric distribution. Okay? So how do we solve hypergeometric distribution? So take note of this. So we have the probability of x is equal to s taken x multiplied by n minus s taken n minus x over n taken n. So take note of this. Okay? Don't worry, the formulas are given in the long quiz number 1. Okay? So hypergeometric probability distribution, the probability of x is equal to s taken x multiplied by n minus s taken n minus x all over n taken n. Okay? So what do you mean by n? N pertaining to population size. Okay? Population size. S pertaining to number of success in the population. Okay. N minus S, number of failures in the population. Take note of the following. Okay. N minus S, the number of failures in the population. And that will be the sample size. Okay. X, number of success in the sample size. N minus X, number of failure in the sample size. Okay. Take note of that one. Okay. So n here, you refer to the population size. S, the number of success in the population. N minus S, the number of failure in the population. Okay. N is the sample size. X is the number of success in the sample size. N minus X is the number of failure in the sample size. Okay. So take note of the following. That's how we solve hypergeometric probability. Okay. Next. In determining the mean and then the standard deviation of hypergeometric distribution, okay, so to solve for the mean of a hypergeometric distribution, okay, so how do you solve for the mean? So to solve for the mean of hypergeometric distribution, so mean is equal to ns over n, okay, ns over n, and then the standard deviation, that will be the square root of, take note of this one, okay, that will be the square root of ns multiplied by n minus s multiplied by n minus n over n squared multiplied by n minus 1. Okay? So this is how we solve for the standard deviation and mean of hypergeometric probability distribution. Okay? So take note of this one. Take note of the given formula. Okay? Okay, let's start now. Let's start with the first problem. Okay? First problem. So kindly take note of the given formula. I'll read the first problem in hypergeometric distribution. A barangay has a voting population. Okay? Barangay has a voting population of 95 female voters and 101 male voters. A random sample of 10 voters is drawn. What is the probability that exactly 3 will be male? I repeat, example number 1. A barangay has a voting population of 95 female voters, 101 male voters. A random sample of 10 voters is drawn. What is the probability? Exactly 3 will be male. Okay, first we need to identify what are the given. Okay. First, we need to identify the capital N. What is capital N? When we say capital N, population size, the totality. So, how many volunteers? How many volunteers? How many volunteers? How many volunteers? How many volunteers in total? How many volunteers in total?
That's 196.
Okay, 196. Okay, 196. Okay, 196. In 196, how many are males?
101.
Okay, so there are 101 males. Okay, and then we do have 95 females. Okay, 95 females. A random sample of 10 voters. Okay, so meaning your small n is 10. When we say small n, you are referring, okay, to the sample size. So out of 196 voters, a random sample of 10. So pipili ka ng 10 dun sa out of 96. Okay? Out of 96, you will select 10 random sample. And then dun sa 10 random sample, we need to get the probability that what? Dun sa 10 random samples, we need to determine what? Try to analyze the problem. We need to determine what? We need to determine what? We need to determine what?
Yung 3 male.
Okay, 3 male. Okay, 3 male. Now, in example number 1, you're talking about what? Is it female or male? What's the idea of number 1? You're talking about what? Are we talking about female or male? Male, okay? We're talking about male. So we will be focusing on male. So your 101 males, that will be your S. Means what is S? Again, we say S, the number of success in the population. So the number of success in the population. So since that the main idea focusing on male, okay, so yung 101 male voters, that will be the number of success in the population. Okay? In the population. So dun ka mag-focus. Okay? You will be focusing there. That the 101, you need to choose 3. Okay? You need to choose, in 101 male voters, the 3 male will become, you need to select the 3 males in 101 male voters. Okay? So simple as that one. So how do we answer this one? So to answer that, okay, so to answer this, so we have 101, okay, so we need to get the probability of getting 3 males. Okay. So we have 101 taken 3, okay, taken 3, multiply by, so ito na yung males. Ano yung next? And remember, when we say hypergeometric, you're referring to groups. So this will be your group of males multiplied by the second group, which is female. So we have 95 taken 7. Miss, why is it only 7? Why is it only 7? This is for female and then this one is male. So why is it 7? Why is it 7? What do you mean by that one? Over 196 taken 10. So what do you mean by 7 here? Ano ibig sabihin ng 7? Remember that out of 196, we need to select 10 volunteers. Am I right? 10 volunteers. Dun sa 10 volunteers, ilan daw dun yung male? Tatlo. Saan manggagaling yung tatlo? Sa male. How many males? How many males do we have? Based on the problem. Okay, so 101 taken 3. Okay? And we need 10 volunteers. So we're missing 7 volunteers. So saan manggagaling yung 7 volunteers?
And the females po.
Okay, so females. So that will be 95 taking 7. Okay, kasi tatlo lang naman kailangan natin males eh. Eh, according to the problem, we need 10 volunteers. So may kulang pang 7. So saan manggagaling yung 7? Of course, to the other group, which is the group of females. So 95 taking 7. Okay? So what will be the answer? What will be the answer? What will be the answer? 101 taken 3 multiplied by 95 taken 7 divided by 196 taken 10. So what will be the answer? What will be the answer?
0.10.
0.10. Okay, very good. It's 0.10. Okay? 0.10. That's correct. It's 0.10. Okay? So, okay, let's proceed on to number 2 example. I'll read number 2 example. Suppose a customer at a pet store wants to buy 2 hamsters for his daughter, but he wants 2 males or 2 females. Okay? If there are 10 hamsters, 5 male and 5 female, what is the probability of drawing 2 of the same sex or the same gender? So in this particular example, we're talking about 2 groups. Okay? If you're talking about groups, that particular example, you're referring to hypergeometric distribution. If you're talking about groups, okay? So we do have males and females, okay? Male hamsters and female hamsters. So you're talking about group. So if it's a group, it's a hypergeometric distribution. So how do we answer number 2 example? So we need to look for the probability of male or female, okay? The probability that she will get 2 males or 2 females. So the probability of getting male or female, okay? When we say or, what is the operation involved? What is the operation? When we say or. When we say or, what's the operation? Addition. Okay. So, in number 2 example, first and foremost, we need to identify the value of n. When we say n, you're referring to the population. Okay? So, the population. So, what would be the population size of number 2? Population meaning as a whole, yung totality. So, in number 2, what will be your population? What is your n?
10.
As a whole, how many? How many hamsters? How many hamsters? How many hamsters do we have? Ilan yung hamsters? Okay, 10. So that is your n. Population size is 10. Now, what about S? When we say S, you're referring to the sample size. You're referring to the sample size. Okay? You're referring to the sample size. So we need what? Try to analyze number 2. We need what? If there are 10 hamsters, 5 male and 5 female. So what is the probability of drawing 2 of the same sex? So when we say S, you are referring to the number of success in the population. So out of 10 hamsters, how many are female, how many are male? How many? Out of 10 hamsters, ilan daw doon ang female, ilan daw doon yung male? So there are 5, okay? 5 male or 5 females, okay? So 5 males or 5 females. Okay? In 5 females, we need to select how many? We need to select how many? Sa 5 na females, we need to select how many?
2 po.
Okay, 2. Okay? So 2. So therefore, how do we answer this one? How do we answer this? What is the probability that it's a male or female? What is the probability that it's a male or female? So if there's a word or, meaning we need to add. Okay, we need to add. So that would be 5 taken. So we'll start with male muna. Okay, male. So if there are 5 male, we need to select 2. Okay? So we need to select 2. 5 taken 2, multiply 5 taken 0. Miss, why is it 5 taken 0? Because you're referring to what? You're referring to what? Anong group to? Yung isa. Yung 5 taken 0.
But there are full of females.
Okay, females. So, you need only 2 males. So, manggagaling yun dun sa 5 male. Okay? So, 5 taken 2 multiplied by 5 taken 0, meaning, you did not select female, kaya 0. Okay? Plus, plus, so this is your male, okay, plus the probability of female. So this time, the two hamster will be selected sa females. So that will be 5 taken 2 multiplied by 5 taken 0. Okay, 5 taken 0. Meaning 5 taken 0, hindi siya sa male, pipiliin. Okay, walang pipiliin sa male. Yung two hamster manggagaling sa female. Okay? All over, yung totality, ilang hamster ba? Ilang hamsters? Okay, 10. Okay? Doon sa 10 hamsters, ilan yung pipiliin? Ilan yung pipiliin? Doon sa 10 hamsters? Ilan ba yung kailangan? Okay, 2. So we have 10 taken 2. Now, what will be the answer? What will be the answer? Get a calculator. So what will be the answer?
4 over 9.
Okay, the answer is 4 over 9. Okay, so that will be 4 over 9. So 4 over 9. Again, when we say if the problem deals with a group, we need to apply hypergeometric distribution. Okay, hypergeometric distribution. Another example. Okay, here we go. Number 3. Okay. Number 3. 10 people apply for a job as assistant manager for a restaurant. 5 have completed college and 5 have not. If the manager selects 3 applicants at random, find the probability that all 3 are college graduates. So find the probability that all 3 are college graduates. Okay? So find the probability that all 3 are college graduates. Okay? So meaning, your success, okay, the number of success is what? What's the number of success? What's the number of success?
Success.
The number of success in the population. So ilan daw yung pipiliin sa population? 3 applicants. Okay, 3 applicants. Okay? But our main goal is to determine the probability, okay, that the 3 applicants are college graduates. So in this particular, number 3 example, how many people? We're talking about the population. So capital N, we're referring to the number of people. How many? Number of a whole. Ilan lahat, yung totality. In this problem, there are 10 people. Okay? So we have 10 people. But since the main idea of this problem is to determine the probability that the 3 college graduates that the 3 applicants are belong to college graduates. Okay? The 3 applicants belong to the college graduates. Now, how many college graduates do we have? In this particular example, ilan daw yung college graduates? Dun sa 10 people. Okay, there are 5. In the 10 people, there are 5 who are college graduates. So 5 taken 3. Okay, 5 taken 3. Why is it? Why is it 5 taken 3? What do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? 5 taken 3. What do you mean by that? Meaning, the 3 applicants, yes, say it. Meaning,
There are 5 college graduates and they have to pick 3 from the 5.
okay, very good. So there are 5 college graduates. So we need to select 3 applicants that are college graduates in the 5 given people na college graduates. Okay? Multiply it by 5 taken 0. Why is it the other group is 5 taken 0? Multiply to the other group, 5 taken 0. Why is it? Why is it 5 taken 0? What do you mean by this? Yung 5 taken 0. Meaning, 5 taken 0 meaning what?
But there are no people that are not completing their college.
Okay. So this 5, you are referring to the people, okay, who are not college graduates. Why is it 0? Why is it taken 0? Meaning, we will not select the 3 applicants there. Kaya 0. Okay? So saan manggagaling yung 3 applicants? The 3 applicants that we need to select is from the 5 college graduates. That's why we come up with 5 taken 3. Multiplied by 5 taken 0. So this is your first group, and then this is your second group. Your first group deals with what? The main idea of the problem. Okay? So what is the probability that the 3 applicants are college graduates? So that's your first group. Okay? So 5 taken 3. Multiply by 5 taken 0. Okay? The other group okay, the 5 who did not completed college, okay, and then taken 0 because we will not select there the 3 applicants. Wala kang pipiliin doon. Because the condition says the 3 applicants must be a college graduates. Okay? All over, yung totality, how many people? Okay? How many people?
10 po.
Okay, 10. From that 10 people, we need to select how many applicants?
3.
Okay, 3. So that is hypergeometric. So what will be the answer? What will be the answer?
It's 1 over 12.
Okay, very good. 1 over 12. Okay, 1 over 12. Another example, before we proceed to Poisson probability distribution. Okay. So number, for example, a lot of 100 light bulbs is inspected using the following procedures. First, bulbs are chosen at random and tested. If all 5 light up, the entire lot is accepted. And suppose the lot contains (20) defective bulbs, what is the probability the lot is accepted? Okay. So what is the probability that the lot is accepted? Okay. So meaning, we need to answer this one. So how do we answer this? A lot of 100 light bulbs is inspected using the following procedure. 5 bulbs are chosen at random and tested. If all 5 light up, the entire lot is accepted. Suppose the lot contains 20 defective bulbs. What is the probability that the lot is accepted? Okay? So how do we answer this one? So we need to look for the probability that the lot is accepted. So how do we answer this one? So there are 100 light bulbs. Okay? So how many there are accepted and tested? How many there are accepted? And then how many there are defective? So if you do have 100 light bulbs, if there are 20 defectives, meaning, how many are accepted? There's no defective. Ilan daw? Ilan daw yung walang defective? If that's the case.
80.
Okay, 80. Okay, 80. 80 who's not defective. Okay? So we need to look for the probability that the lot is accepted. Okay, but the question is, 5 bulbs are chosen at random and tested. If all 5 lights, the entire lot is accepted, so what is the probability that the lot is accepted? So how do we answer that one? So to answer that one, that would be 80 taken 5 multiplied by 20 taken 0 all over how many lights do we have? How many lights? Yung totality, how many? There are 100 light bulbs. Okay? So sa 100 na yun, we need to select 5. Okay? But yung 5 must be accepted, meaning it's not defective. Okay? So you do have 2 groups. Ano yung first group? Accepted and then defective. Not defective and then defective. Okay? 100 here, you're referring to the total light bulbs that you have. Okay? So 80 doon, not defective. 20 doon, defective. Okay? So according to the problem, if all 5 bulbs are chosen at random, and take note, if all the 5 bulbs light up the entire lot is accepted, meaning it's not defective, so what is the probability of that the lot is accepted? Okay? So to determine the probability, that would be 80 taken 5. Why is it 80 taken 5? What's the reason behind that? Ano yung 80 taken 5? What do you mean by 80 taken 5? What is 80 taken 5? Meaning what? The 5 chosen light bulbs, okay, we need to select it dun sa accepted na bulbs. Okay? Dun sa hindi defective. And how many is that one? Yung hindi daw defective. There are 80. Which is not defective. So that would be 80 taken 5. So yung 5 random na 5 light bulbs, we need to select it or we need to get it from 80 na light bulbs which is not defective. Okay, so we do have two groups. Yung hindi defective and then yung defective. How many are defective? There are 20. So 20 taken 0 meaning, what do you mean by 20 taken 0? What do you mean by that? Ano ibig sabihin 20 taken 0? Meaning what? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Hello?
May sila po yung defective.
Okay, so yung defective. So 20 taken 0 meaning you will not choose anything on the 20 defective. Kaya 20 taken 0. All over, ilan lahat ng light bulbs? Ilan lahat yon? 100. Regardless kung defective or not. Basta meron kang 100 na total light bulbs. Doon sa 100 na yun, we need to select 5. Okay? 5. So that will be 100 taken 5. So what will be the answer? What will be the answer?
0.32.
Okay, 0.32. That's correct. 0.32. Okay? 0.32. Okay, 0.32. Okay, next. Another example. Before we proceed to boson. An urn contains 6 red balls and 14 yellow balls. 5 balls are randomly drawn without replacement. What is the probability exactly 4 red are drawn? Okay, number 6, number 5. An urn contains 6 red and 14 yellow. 5 balls are randomly drawn. Okay, 5. Without replacement. What is the probability that exactly 4 red are drawn? So how do we answer this one? So you do have two groups. Ano yung first group? Red, and then the second group is yellow. Okay? So how do we answer this? Doon muna tayo sa first group, which is red. So how do we answer that? How many? Okay, 6. So we have 6 taken what? 6 taken what?
4.
Okay, 4. Okay? Next. Multiply it by what? Tapos na tayo sa red. Anong next? Multiplied by?
14 taken 1.
Okay, 14 taken 1. That's, okay, why is it 14 taken 1? That's correct. Why is it 14 taken 1? Why is there's a 1? That's correct. But why?
Because only 4 can be drawn to the red ball.
Mhm.
So 1 should be drawn to the yellow one.
Because the total that we need is
5.
5. Okay? All over what? What's the totality?
20.
Okay. So we have 20 taken what?
5.
5. Okay, very good. So what will be the answer?
This is it 0.01.
Okay, very good. 0.01. Okay? Is it clear? How do you solve hypergeometric distribution? Claro? Any more question regarding hypergeometric? Can we proceed on to boson probability? Is it clear?